So now joining me is Rice University Professor of Computational and Applied Mathematics and Fellow 2020 Informs Fellow, Illya Hicks. Hey, Illya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, great, great. Hey, it's a pleasure to speak with you, and thanks for taking some time out to talk with us today.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
Great. Now, you're a longtime member of Informs, and you've contributed quite a bit to the Informs community. In fact, you're one of the founders of the Informs Minority Issues Forum. Share with us who's involved in this and how did it come about?
Okay, so John Burridge had kind of sent out, basically it was feelers like, you know, we need this type of space within Informs. I think it was like in the Informs conference 1999. And then he kind of, put the bug in the ear of Mark Lewis, who was at Cornell. And Mark was really spearheaded the endeavor in the conference, the fall conference of 2020. No, not 2020, sorry, 2000. I ran into Mark and he was collecting signatures and looking for inaugural officers. And I kind of jumped in because going through grad school at Rice under the mentorship of Richard Tapia, I was gung-ho on diversity issues. I remember Terry Cryan helped Mark, with all the formalities of getting the forum set up. And we've got borrowed some bylaws from Worms and kind of massaged them into the bylaws that we have today. Mm-hmm. And then it was finally established, I think, in the 2001 conference by the Informs board. But the initial members were me, Mark Lewis, Bill Christian, Tasha Ennis, and then a few others, including Bill Massey and Julie Ivey.
I see. So this is over 20 years that this movement's been going on. So what's been the impact since then?
Oh, we had a good impact in terms of increasing the number and diversity of the profession. So when I took over as president, I started, Bill Massey kind of got into my ear and said, we need some graduate students to give poster presentations for this Minority Issue Forum welcome reception. And so I got with Suvajit and got money from the NSF to support the travel of minorities to Informs, to give these poster sessions and also to participate in the combined colloquium and other activities at the Informs conference. And so over that many years, it's been like 77 students participated, a few more than once. Robert Hampshire in Michigan was one of the first, and also Maria Mayagora. I know I'm gonna butcher her name, but she's also a plenary speaker this year, and she was one of the first students I supported. And we've implemented a early career award as well as a best paper prize. So what's his name? Ruben Prayona. I butchered his name, but he's the current president, and I know he has more in store for the forum.
Excellent. So what are ways that others can get involved in efforts like this, whether it's at their own organizations or at universities or in conjunction with Informs?
Right. So at your own organization, if you don't have one, you can create one. Like I was telling you before, we started, most of the people that started Minority Issues Forum were just fresh off the PhD. And so, it just takes some initiative. At Informs, we have the DEIC, which is Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. And then they also have this ambassadors program. So Maria Mayagora, Julie Ivey, and Kara Hicklin just got an ambassadors award for women of color. And they're also the 2021 ambassador program is looking, it has a call out now. I think the deadline is November 16th. So if you have an idea, go ahead and write it down and just turn it in, because all you need is the perseverance, effort, and the will to do it.
Excellent. All right, November 16th. How can individuals really support greater inclusivity in the field, in ORMS and whatever chosen field they're in?
Hmm. So one thing is like I said, is to get involved. Another thing is just to care, right? Everyone can care, and everybody can, be a part of something better. If you just want to you just have to put in the effort. Um, so empathy, looking out for other people, giving people the benefit of the doubt. Everybody's reality is not your reality. And so you have to just be mindful of that and then try to, care about others and want to see the best in everybody.
Yeah. And so because, we all like to do a little bit of marketing, before we go into the sessions, I'll give you a chance to plug your own presentation. Tell us about it.
My presentation is on the minimum rank of graphs. So if you have this family of same size symmetric matrices where on the off diagonal they have the same pattern, right? There's a relationship between those and graphs. And then I also showed that there's also this kind of matroid that is also related to both the matrices and as well as the graphs. And I kind of talk about that linkage in the talk. So it's more of a kind of exploratory because there's a conjecture in line in the talk. So it's not fully fleshed out, but I mean, we definitely have the bones for, to work on the conjecture.
That's great. Laying down the groundwork, that's what it's about. So getting back, thanks for sharing that, and we look forward to your talk on that. Now get back to the meeting. So whenever somebody attends these types of meetings, certainly it's to attend great talks such as I'm sure yours will be, but a lot of it too is interacting and connecting with other attendees, whether it's over a coffee during a break, and a reception, or just running into somebody in between sessions. I know that's always happened to me. How do you think this virtual experience compares to traditional in-person meeting?
Well, given the circumstances, I think this is, I think Informs have done a tremendous job in how they're setting up this virtual conference, just with the virtual lounges and the virtual Q&A after the talks. And so there's every aspect of the conference is in this conference, except it's all virtual, right? Other than physical touch, it's all in there. And I really appreciate Informs for going above and beyond on this endeavor.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's super. Well, thanks for joining me and sharing your experiences. And
okay, no problem. Take care.